Hello dear students, today I'm going to teach you how to write two-part question essays. But before starting our lesson, I'm going to give some general information about writing task 2 essays. You know that in task 2 essays you are given one question and 40 minutes to write a whole essay, and in your essay you should write at least 250 words, and you should answer all the parts of the question in your essay. And you know that in task 2 essays you should include 4 paragraphs. First, introduction, body 1, body 2, and conclusion. In introduction section you will paraphrase the question, topic, and you will give general answer, and in the next 2 body paragraphs you will give detailed answer for the question, and in the last conclusion section you will conclude your essay. This is the general information about task 2 essays. Now we'll speak about two-part question essays. Two-part question essays can be referred to as direct question or double question essays, and they possess 2 distinguishing characteristics. They have one statement with 2 different questions after it. The questions may or may not be linked. Next, two-part question essays have specific structure, where the essay prompt consists of 2 distinct parts or questions. Each part requires a separate response or analysis. It is essential to address both parts of the question in your essay to fully fulfill the requirements. Second, the 2 parts of the question typically focus on different aspects or viewpoints related to the topic. This prompts you to consider multiple perspectives and provide arguments, examples, or analysis for each part individually. It's crucial to give equal attention and weight to both parts of the question. This means dedicating separate paragraphs or sections to each part and ensuring that each part receives adequate coverage in terms of supporting evidence, analysis, and examples. To effectively handle a 2-part question essay, it is important to provide a clear and logical structure. This can be achieved by dividing your essay into 2 body paragraphs, one for each part of the question. As with any essay, coherence and cohesion are key. Ensure that your ideas flow logically and smoothly within each part. Use appropriate linking words and phrases to establish connections and transitions between different arguments and viewpoints. And finally, in conclusion, summarize the main points of both parts of the question. Emphasize the key arguments and insights you have presented while restating your overall response. By understanding the characteristics and structure of 2-part question essays, you can effectively address the specific requirements of this essay type and provide a well-rounded and balanced response. Remember, practice is essential while improving your writing skill. So it's also related to 2-part question essays. Familiarize yourself with different types of 2-part questions. Analyze sample essays and practice structuring and developing responses that address both parts effectively. We will see by practicing on daily basis, you can easily improve your essay writing skills, specifically writing essays for 2-part questions. Now we'll see some examples of 2-part question essays below. First one, economic progress is often used to measure countries' success. However, some people believe that other factors are more important. What other factors should also be considered when measuring a country's success? Do you think one factor is more important than others? As you have seen, at the beginning of the question you are given the topic and some people's ideas about the topic, and two different questions are also given for you, and in both questions your opinion are asked. Next question sample. Many people prefer to watch foreign films than locally produced films. Why could this be? Should governments give more financial support to local film industries? As you have seen in this question, also first given topic of the question, next you are given two different questions related to the topic. The first one asked for the causes of this phenomenon. In the second one asked your opinion for this topic. Third sample. Some parents buy their children whatever they ask for and allow their children to do whatever they want. Is this a good way to raise children? What consequences could this style have for children as they get older? In this question sample also, first you are given the topic, second two different questions are asked from you, and in both questions your opinion are asked. So now let's talk some mistakes which are very common among students while writing two-part question essays. The first one, not answering both questions fully. Second one, not outlining both answers in the introduction. And the third one is mistaking it for one of the other essay types. One common mistake made by students is focusing too heavily on one aspect of the essay prompt and neglecting to address all inquiries within the prompt. This can lead to an imbalanced essay and have a negative impact on the score. For task achievement, it is important to carefully analyze the prompt and ensure that you provide a well-rounded and comprehensive response to all aspects of the question. By addressing each inquiry with an equal attention and consideration, you can demonstrate your ability to fully engage with the prompt and effectively meet the requirements of the task. Providing a comprehensive overview of the topics you will discuss in the introduction is essential. It serves as a roadmap for your entire essay and sets the stage for a strong start. By clearly outlining the main points or themes that will be addressed in your essay, you give the reader a clear understanding of what to expect. This not only helps to engage the reader from the beginning, but also provides a structure for your essay and ensures a cohesive and well-organized piece of writing. Different essay types such as two-part question essays, opinion essays, and discussion essays require distinct approaches in terms of response and structure. It's crucial to recognize and understand the specific requirements of each essay type and provide an appropriate and effective response. While some essay types may share similarities, distinguishing between them is important to ensure that you address the prompt accurately and meet the expectations of the task. By recognizing the nuances of each essay type, you can tailor your approach accordingly and produce a well-crafted and coherent essay. Analyzing the question carefully is crucial to avoid errors and ensure a strong essay response. By thoroughly examining the question, you can gain a clear understanding of its specific requirements, which includes identifying the appropriate essay type. This analysis allows you to provide a well-focused and accurate response that directly addresses the demands of the question. It helps you to avoid any confusion, misinterpretation, or deviation from the intended scope of the essay. By taking the time to properly analyze the question, you can lay a solid foundation for a successful and coherent essay. Before starting to write any kind of essay, it would be better if you spent about 10 minutes on some pre-writing activities. The first one is analyzing the question. And for analyzing the question and highlighting the keywords, it would be better if you spend 2 minutes. Because if you don't understand the question, if you don't highlight the key points in the questions, it would be difficult for you to organize a well-structured essay. Secondly, spend about 6 minutes to brainstorm ideas for 2 body paragraphs. With the help of these pre-writing activities, it would be better for you to write your essay. And the third one is planning a structure. And for this activity, you may spend about 2 minutes. And after that, you may write your essay in 30 minutes. Finally, check, edit, and count the words of your essay. All 2-part question essays may be written using this format. Its clarity facilitates comprehension and enables a quick and effective planning process. You may quickly and efficiently write an excellent essay by following this format. Now we'll see the introduction. First, you know that in introduction of task 2 essays, we usually write 2 sentences. In the first sentence, we will write by paraphrasing the topic of the question. In the second sentence, we'll just give a general answer for the question. So, as you know, in 2-part question essays, you are given 2 different questions for 1 topic. If it's possible for you, you may write 1 complex sentence for giving 2 general answers. But if it is not easy for you, then you may give your general answers in 2 simple sentences. After that, you may start your first main body paragraphs. As I mentioned it above, in the first main body paragraph, you should answer for the first question, and you will start your body paragraph with topic sentence stating your answer. Then, in 3 or 4 sentences, you should give explanations, the supporting sentences, and after that, you may give 1 example for the supporting sentences. Then you may move to the next body paragraph, and in the next body paragraph, you will give answer for the second question of 2-part question essays. In this body paragraph also, you will start with topic sentence stating your answer. Then, as usual, you will give 3 or 4 supporting sentences. Then at the end, you may give 1 example for this paragraph. And in conclusion section, you summarize both questions and answers. With this, you may finish your essay. Implementing this structure will result in a well-balanced essay comprising 4 paragraphs. Now we'll see sample essay question. Here it is. Nowadays, the way many people interact with each other has changed because of technology. This is the topic of the question. In what ways has technology affected the types of relationships that people make? This is the first question related to the same topic. Has this been a positive or negative development? And this is the second question, and it's also related to the same topic. First, we'll write 2 sentences for introduction. First, we'll introduce the topic, then give 2 general answers for each question. And you should mention everything that the question mentions. In the first body paragraph, write detailed answer for the first question. In the second body paragraph, write a detailed answer for the second question. Don't save any surprises for the conclusion. Give your opinion in introduction if the question asks for it. You know, in conclusion, you shouldn't give any new ideas. All the ideas should be given in the body paragraphs. Conclusion just given to conclude your whole ideas. Here is an example essay. First, introduction. It's true that new technologies have had an influence on communication between people. As you have seen, in the first sentence, we will paraphrase the topic of the question. We write different sentences, but we keep the meaning of the question's topic. Next, technology has affected relationships in various ways. And in my opinion, there are both positives and negative effects. And as you have seen in the second sentence, we give general answer in one general answer for two questions in one complex sentence. Body 1. Answer the first question. Technology has had an impact on relationships in business, education, and social life. As you have seen, we started with the topic sentence. In the first body paragraph, technology has had an impact on relationships in business, education, and social life. This is the topic sentence of the first body paragraph. In the below, we'll give the supporting sentences for our answer. Firstly, telephones and the internet allow business people in different countries to interact without ever meeting each other. Secondly, services like Skype creates new possibilities for relationships between students and teachers. For example, a student can now take a video lessons with a teacher in different city or country. And finally, many people use social networks like Facebook to make new friends and find people who share common interests, and they interact through their computers rather than face-to-face. So with this, our first body paragraph is over. Next, in the next body paragraph, we will give answer for the second question, and we will write about the positives and negatives of technologies in communication. On the one hand, these developments can be extremely positive. Cooperation between people in different countries was much more difficult when communication was limited to written letters or telegrams. Nowadays, interactions by email, phone, or video are almost as good as face-to-face meetings, and many of us benefit from these interactions, either in work or social contexts. So first, we will give the positive impact of technologies in communications in the first half of the second body paragraph. So in the next second half of the second body paragraph, we will write about the negatives of technology, because in general answer in introduction we have said that it has both positives and negatives. So next part of the second body paragraph. On the other hand, the availability of new communication technologies can also have the result of isolating people and discouraging real interaction. For example, many young people choose to make friends online rather than mixing with their peers in the real world, and these virtual relationships are a poor substitute for real friendships. With this, our second body paragraph is over. As you have seen in the second body paragraph, we have given a full detailed answer for the second question by giving its positives and negatives in a detailed way. In the last section, in conclusion, we'll give an overview. In conclusion, technology has certainly revolutionized communication between people, but not all of the outcomes of this revolution have been positive. So with this, our essay is over. Now at the end of the lesson, I'm going to give you some tips. First, practice this question type often before the exam. It's pretty common. So make sure you understand each part of the question before answering. Always use the 4-paragraph essay structure. because if you use such 4-paragraph essay structure, it would be easy for you to write at least 250 words. So they're practicing 2-part question essays on daily basis and analyzing the samples of the such essays, you can easily improve your writing skills. Next, work on idea generation at home in order to come up with good on-topic answers. 2-part questions for practice. So below I'm going to give one sample question and it would be better if you write your essay for this question. The internet is a good source of information and opened up opportunities for people all over the world. Is all information reliable online? What could be done to control online information? As you have seen, this question also consists of one topic sentence and 2 different questions related to the same topic. It would be better if you write one 4-paragraph essay for this question. As I mentioned above, in the first introduction section, you will just paraphrase the topic, then you will give general answers for 2 questions. If you want, you may give the general answers in one complex sentence. But if it is not easy for you, you may just write 2 simple sentences for answering 2 different questions. After that, in the first body paragraph, as usual, you will answer for the first question, and in the second paragraph, you will write detailed answer for the second question. Then, after that, you will give a conclusion, concluding all your ideas, and with this you will finish your essay. And after finishing your essay, you shouldn't forget to check it for grammar mistakes, and you should also count how many words you have written in your essay. If they are smaller than 250 words, you should try to write more words or more supporting sentences, or you should try to give more examples for each body paragraph to raise your word numbers. With this, our lesson is over. Thank you for your attention.